Hello and welcome back to Morrowind. You might notice that I'm in a little different spot. I just trying to get some things arranged before I started recording, but I'm going to go over to Kaya's Crusades to see what quest we need to do, because I'm trying to remember what one it is that we need to do, and in my journal I can't see what it won't. And I'm just very confused at the moment, so let me go ask him and see what he says. See if it will refresh my memory. Oh. He left. Aldscar Inn and Aldrune. Okay. Looks like we're going there. I haven't played on this person in a while. I have like 3 other characters. I'm trying to think. I'm possibly thinking about making a 4th, another one on here. I have this one, who's just my plain, straight up kind of like 2-handed warrior, heavy armor. I have a person that is like a mace and magic person. Then I have just somebody who just is like 100% magic and they suck really bad, and I just mess around with them with mods pretty much. And then I have a archer who uses medium armor, which I was talking about earlier is a good use for medium armor. Archers either want to use light or medium armor, or some type of scout character. Yay! No, like, wait just a sec. Wow. No wind, but 3 to 12 health. That's absolutely horrible. One of the spells in my mage, he has about half the health of this person. He gets 20 to 80. Got that straight out of level 1. I mean, it also has to do with the fact that I was a Breton and the fact that I put one of my main skills as restoration, and one of my main attributes. Actually, no, one of my main attributes wasn't willpower, but still, Bretons have a lot of willpower. Okay, Aldscar Inn. I don't even remember his name. Let's just go asking around. Hassel or something. Maybe if I ask around about. Or in the back room. Huh. Oh, I can't seem to find him. Trader, he'll be downstairs reading or in the back room below the bar. Is there a secret room behind the bar? Yeah, there is. Gift-giving customs. Cautious, considerate. A bookseller, a merchant, or pawn shop. So we need to find like poetry for this guy? Really? Sounds pretty dumb to me. Let's just go find a bookstore, I guess. Doesn't really look like a bookstore to me. Is this a bookstore right here? I don't think so. Maybe if I just ask somebody.
Let's do some business, shall we?
No. Oh, that quest, I don't want to do that right now. Sorry. It's basically just boring old poop wandering around asking people for stuff. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You got any hot property? I think we're pretty good on how well our armor is. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're pretty decently well off. Just our stats are kind of jacked up on that part. So can I ask this guy about some poetry or something, or am I gonna have to like figure out what's good poetry and what's not? Words of the Wind, Ashland Hymns. 5 stars. It wasn't 5 stars, I know that, so I'm going to look again. The 5 far stars. Pretty sure you didn't have that. Yeah, you don't have that. The 5 far stars, you don't have that. Well, I remember doing this quest. I'm not sure if I ever got this far in the main quest though, because I don't remember doing some of the other quests that we did. On one of my older characters, who is like level 20. I didn't even do like any of the main quest. But I did a lot of the other things a long time ago. And because I remember this guy a lot. No, let's just spam this all. Says that's too old, but that's son. The son proposed. Chart the rarely visited. I don't go over. I think we're helping these Ashlanders to try to get inside with them. You know, it's just like undercover agent. Dun, 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 dun. I don't want to go to Red Mountain. I don't remember where that is. I think it's right there. And I think it's where like Dagoth lives or whatever, the final boss, who's probably the dumbest looking final boss. He's the most. He's an interesting and evil, not interesting final boss, and he's like his character sets him up good for a final boss, but he looks so stupid. Oh, he has like that Morrowind skin, like, here, I'll show you. See how the skin just like looks weird, but he's a dark elf. Like, not really he's not a dark elf himself, he's not, but he has like dark elf skin, and he wears like this like weird sun hat, looks like a Mayan sun god or something, and he just looks like a giant queer. Well, I don't know where to go. I feel like we're going to Coal. Cool.
Why walk when you can ride?
Can't you go to Solstein from here? I don't know. I'm just gonna look around. I'm pretty sure this is where you go from Solstein. Solstheim, Sol something. Dongar's Trade House. Ooh, you have a lot of bad stuff. That axe sucks. And so does all your weapons and armor. least this strength lets us carry all this junk around. Hey, I can sell all this finally. Nope, I don't want to sell that. Let's see if anyone has anything slightly useful. Are you a member? Oh, I gotta go to Margon for that. Those quests are a little high for me. They're like level 10 quests. Cool. Is there anything else useful here? No. Why does... I thought those guys looked the same to me. Let's look at how many times he mentions Dagoth there. 1, 2, 3, 4. He mentions Red Mountain 3 times when I asked him about Red Mountain. Really? Because almost 90% of the necromancers that like I've encountered in the other games were dark elves. Yeah, I wanna go to that place. Where's Dagon fell at? You know, I don't even know where the hell I'm going. This is a bad idea. You know what? Let's just go back. Cool. Let's take the Salt Strider. You know what, actually? Let's just end this episode here. I'll see you later.